Hello everyone, it's Amy, and I'm here to do a haul video because I said that I would. I don't usually do these, but I went to the city yesterday when my brother came and took care of Papa so that I could get out. And the really coolest find that I got is I found this. It's called The Main Attraction by Spellbinders, and it's just a really heavy-duty magnet. And but you can sit it on your desk like this, you know, and then you can put your like little tiny dies when you're cutting things and you have all those little dies or any little thing that you have that's metal that you're working with. You can just kind of toss them up there and they'll stick, and then you won't lose them in all your papers and everything. And it's really strong. Like, see, it'll pick up 2 bags. These are little brads that I got for my brad maker that I got in a D-stash a long time ago. And I had got some big ones like this when our scrap store moved, or our craft store moved. And but that was all I had, so I found these little ones yesterday, so I figured for $1.25, and there's 50 in each one. I thought that would be great. So, and then at the craft store, everything that was sewing was half price, and so I got this quick turn from Dritz. And this is for when you sew something really skinny and then you want to turn it right side out. You like put it on the tube and then you stuff it through with the stick, and then it comes out the other side turned right side out. And there's 3 different sizes. And because it was half price, it was only $2 and like $2.35 or something. So I thought that was a good deal and it would come in handy. And then this is beads in a bottle. Dimensional fabric paint. So this was only like $2, and I got all of these colors, but it can be used on fabric or it can be used on paper. And I got these neon spray fabric paints for like $3.50, and I just loved those colors, and who doesn't love spray paints? So I got those. And then I got this little bird to use to stamp on fabric, so he was like 65 cents. So I thought that was really cool, and he's even got a little handle on the back, which I thought was neat. And then this was in their Craft Basics section, which wasn't on sale, but each week they have a magic word, and this week it was purple, so I gave them my magic word, and I got this one for half price. So this was $5, and this is a clay screen silk kit. It has 4 different screens that you can screen print on clay with. And then it has 2 bottles of paint, and then it says it has a squeegee, but there's not a squeegee in here. And at the craft outlet, it's things that have like been returned, or packages that have been like all smashed up or opened like this, and then the regular craft stores send them back to the warehouse, and the warehouse puts them in this craft outlet store. So I can find something to use for a squeegee, so I didn't mind that, and for $5 I thought that was really neat. And then I got this stamp, which was $4.75. And I really like this stamp because the edges are not straight. Because when you're stamping an overall background, it's nice not to have that straight line. You know, this just mixes in better when the lines are all kind of wavy like that. So I got that. I really loved that. I love background stamps like that. And then for $1.50, I got this stencil. And I figured for $1.50 it wouldn't take my time, but that's the one that I got right there. It wouldn't be worth my time for $1.50. And then I got this owl, which I thought he was pretty cool. I want to make a stencil something like this. I don't know that I want quite such straight lines on it, but I thought I could use that as inspiration to make myself a stencil. And he's pretty good size, so I thought I would try that. So that's what I got at our craft outlet. And after I went to the craft outlet, I went to, there's a dollar store by where my sister works, and it's just a mom and pop's dollar store, so they have all different sorts of things. And so I went there next, and I met my sister there, so we just kind of shopped around together. So I'm going to stop right here for just a second. I'll be right back and show you what I got at the dollar store. Okay, I'm back. So this is what I got at my sister's mom and pop's dollar store. Everything was $1. And first off, they had this table with like bags full of things that the whole bag was $1. So I got this bag with 6. It had 6 of these. Well, I can't get it open now. 6 of these little things in it, and it has little tiny clothespins, and then it has some shaped paper clips and some little flags. And so I just thought those were really cute, and to get 6 whole packages, and then I'll just open all of these packages and put all of these in a little container, and all of these and all of these, you know, in separate little containers so that they don't, you know, this would take up a whole huge amount of room. And then I just had to get these. I thought they'd be kind of cool in Flourish journals. Maybe they might make a little paper bag album. But these are just little popcorn paper sacks. And so I thought that they were really cool. I'm not going to open them because it's not, they're just paper sacks with popcorn on them. And then I got this one, and these are some kind of like a little juice cup or something. And they had all different kind of shapes and sizes. But there's 20 of them in here. And this is what they look like. But the thing is that I thought that this would put a head on top and put some little legs dangling out from inside and some little arms. And I thought that would make a really cute little art doll, like a little dress. And I just kind of fell in love with that. So I had to get those because that was the first thing I saw when I saw them, was a little dress for an art doll. So I got those, and I know I'm a hoarder. Please don't judge me because I only go to town once a month. So I did get a lot of things, but I did try and get them at reasonable prices. I got this really pretty necklace, and I love all these little dangles on here. I actually got one just like this the last time I went, and they had one left when I went this time, but there's so much on there. And you can take each of those dangles off and put them on if you're making a chunky charm or something. And I love the colors that are on there. So I got that necklace. This necklace says $9.99 on it from wherever they got it from. But again, it was just $1. But all of these beads, these are all either stone beads or glass beads. They're not plastic, which some plastic beads are really pretty. I buy plastic beads sometimes too, but these are all glass or stone. And then at the very bottom, it has this really beautiful tassel. And so I got that for $1. And I got this necklace also. This necklace has got just a ton of chain on it. It's got 3 chains on this side, a chain on this side, and then it has all of these different, it's got dangles, and it's got beads, and it's got chain. So I thought that was just, it's even got this pretty little ring on it. I thought that was really cool for $1. I looked at all of my secondhand stores, but like all of their necklaces were like $4 or $5, and that was just too much for me. And then I just got a couple of little funnels with really small tips, because every time I'm trying to do something into a small jar, I have kind of smaller funnels, but the tip on it is like about as big as my finger. So, and then I got some of these beautiful bugle beads, and these are big packages. They also had some other packages there that were maybe only like half or quarter this size. So I think that this is what they were getting, and now they're getting smaller packages. So these are like their older ones. But I thought that these were all really pretty, and I got these to make Sonia Steptoe's spiders. I believe it was Sonia that I saw make the spiders with these, and they're really cool. I got some white or kind of clear glitter nail polish with the holographic glitter in it. I got 2 hot melt glue sticks. It says for high temperature guns, because my glue gun, when I use it, drips constantly. It just drips and drips and drips. And I always buy the either way, you know, you can use it for a hot glue gun or a cool glue gun. So I thought I was going to try these hot ones and see if maybe they don't drip so bad. I don't know if that will work or not, but that just drives me crazy. And then I got, these are 2 little piercing tools, 2 needles, one's a little bigger than the other. And then I got 2 of these. They're the same, but they're styluses with a small point on one end and then the larger point on the other, because these are expensive at the craft store, and you know, for $1 at the Dollar Tree. And then I got foam, the fun foam, and they were 3 for $1. So I got 3 blacks, 3 whites, and then I got the 6 rainbow colors. Because these are actually a little bit thicker than the ones that I get at the Dollar Tree in the package. And so I can probably just do like 1 or 2 of these when I make my stamps, instead of, you know, 1 or 2 layers instead of like 3 or 4. So that's what I got at my sister's Dollar Tree. And we don't have any we used to have a mom and pop's, or it wasn't the Dollar Tree, it was a dollar store. And we don't have any mom and pops left hardly anywhere here in Michigan anymore. Used to have the 99-cent store at the next town down, but that's not even there anymore. So I love to go there. I can spend actually more than I plan on, because it's like, oh, well, why not? It's just $1. It's just $1. But I had a good time, and it was nice spending that time with my sister. We were just kind of, you know, just kind of hanging out and walking through the store. But so that was That was where I went second, and third I went to the scrap store. So I'll show you in just a minute what I got there. Now I'm back to show you what I got at the scrap store. And the scrap store is where factories take things that they like cut-offs and that type of thing that they're not going to use, and they donate them to this store. And then this woman uses it to teach children about, she sells all the different items, and then she uses the money to help children learn about arts and crafts. And so this is, I got it, this comes really nicely boxed like this. It was 50 cents. I got 4 of these, and basically it's wood. It already has a black finish on it, and it's like the pressboard kind of wood, but it's got a hole in the back to hang it. And so I figured this would make a great canvas. It's an inch thick, so I picked up 4 of these. And then they also had this size, which this is really long, about 18 inches, maybe 2 foot. And this one is solid. Again, probably like the pressboard kind of wood, but this one's solid. It has a nice, it does have a textured finish to it, but a very flat texture. And then on the back, it has it so you can hang it the long way or you can hang it the short way. So I picked up 2 of those. And then I love my corrugated cardboard that I get there. And this, these were 35 cents a sheet, so I picked up 8 of them. Now, see, this is what makes me a hoarder. These used to be 25 cents a sheet, and now they're 35 cents a sheet. So instead of paying $2, I wound up paying $2.80. So see, that's almost a third again as much. That's the way my brain works. And it's terrible. So, and then I went to, they have all these buckets and bins full of things, and you can get a bag, and this is the bag. It's probably about 10 inches, maybe 8 inches wide and 10 or 12 inches long. It's a pretty good size bag. And you get this whole bag full, so long as you can shut it, for $5. And so I filled my bag. I always fill my bag. And other things that make me a hoarder. These things right here, I originally bought for texture, and they make great texture. But then this last year, I started making hot air balloons. And so this is one of my hot air balloons. And I paint that netting black, and then I make this hot air balloon. And when I went to the craft show, they sold like hotcakes, and I love them myself. And so it was one of those things where it's like, well, you know, what happens if they don't make this anymore, if they don't get this anymore? And so I did buy a big handful of it, because each one of those will make 2. So there's probably enough there to make hundreds, I don't know. And then I got, these are really cool. These are like laminate samples. But the cool thing about them is the first time I've got one, I think, that has 2 holes. So it has 2 holes in it. And you could take those and put them together and use them as a book and actually put rings in there. Usually they just have 1 hole. And so, and there's just really gorgeous, just beautiful, beautiful colors in them. And some of them are very, like, this one's got like gold and copper in it, actual sparkle to it. And they're so pretty. So I thought these would make really great book covers. I usually buy them and think that they'd make good tags. But with the 2 holes, I thought, ooh, great book covers. So I got a stack of those. And then I got a stack of these. And this is double-sided sticky. And so what I use this for, this is the biggest thing that they have that's double-sided sticky. They have a lot of like little sticky dots and everything like that that are double-sided. But this is the biggest thing that they have. And I put this through my die cutting machine, and then I peel off one side and stick it like to a card. And then I peel off the other side and put glitter on it. It works really great. And or you could use that with your foils or embossing or anything like that. But so I got a stack of those. And then I saw these, which I've never seen before. It says, try a chair, Equa 2 chair, from Herman Miller. But again, we've got the 2 holes here that are reinforced. So, and then this plasticky top. So I figured this could be used for lots of things, but it would make a great little journal. And if I don't want this on here, I can just cut it off so that you don't see that. Or I can cover it. Or I could leave it there because it's kind of interesting. So I got a few of those, And then these are sticky on the back, but not on the top. And so, oh, and that one doesn't even want to come off. So these ones I got, I thought that I could put them in different patterns on a piece of cardboard and use them for stamps. And then I did get, I'm going to push it back just a little bit. I got quite a few stacks of these. And this is a really big stack too. So I did get quite a few of these, but I only got one bag. I used to go and get 2 bags. I've limited myself to 1. But these are thick. I use these to put my foam stamps on. And they work really great for that. And I've used them for you can use them for all sorts of things. And I had a half of a shoebox full of these, and now I'm down to less than half a box. So I went ahead and I got some of those, and I used these 2. You can stamp sentiments on them. They come in this maroon, green, blue, white, and then like a mottled kind of, I don't think you can see that, but a mottled kind of a cream color. And this is what you frame a picture with. This is that kind of frame cardboard. So it's nice and sturdy, but you can stamp a sentiment on it, decorate around the edges, and put it on the front of a card. I have a bunch of them where I've written on the back, and I use them for my drawing cards for art prompts. So that is what I got at the scrap store. And so I spent $11 at the scrap store. So even though I did get a bunch of, I call it, you know, scrap. My husband calls it crap. But he really doesn't mind. Sometimes when he goes with me, he's like, oh, have you seen this yet? Oh, do you have any of these? So really, even though he likes to pretend to complain, he really doesn't care. But, so that's the scrap store. And then I have the Goodwill Warehouse and the Salvation Army left, and I will be done. I'll be back. Okay, and this is what I got from the Goodwill Warehouse. And the Goodwill Warehouse is where the stuff that doesn't sell at the regular Goodwill store, they send it all to this warehouse. They just throw it all in these bins, and you just kind of dig through and get what you get. So I wound up getting, and none of this has been cleaned because once I clean it, then I put it right away. So I figured I'd show you before I threw this stuff in the laundry. But I got this really pretty, I got 2 of these, and they have these really pretty appliques. So I thought I can use the shear for something, and I can cut these appliques off, and they'd look nice on a journal. And then I just got a nice, really big tablecloth. It's got this nice weave on it. It doesn't have a stain on it. That's wonderful. And then I got a pair of, just a pair of sweatpants or exercise pants or whatever you call them. And then I got this beautiful little clutch. I just thought that was so pretty. And so I picked that up just because. And then I got some stamps. I got a smiley face and a unicorn. And this one says good work with a little alligator in the bathtub. I got some flower molds, probably like for ice cubes or something, but or candy maybe, but you can use that with your clay or anything that you want to. I got these cute little beads, and these are the kind that are hooked together like Mardi Gras beads or whatever you call them, but these work really nice around the top of a jar when you decorate a jar, because they kind of, you know, you got that little lip where the jar comes off and then the top screws on and it really looks like a jar. Well, when you put these right around the top, it kind of like gets rid of that little indentation, and I think it looks better. And then I got some old bells. They really ring. Papa could even hear them. So a lot of times the newer ones, they just don't have good sound to them. And then I got 3 of these shelving unit things, and these are the kind that, this right here slips over the top of a shelf. You put it underneath a shelf on a bookcase, you slide it on there, and then you know how usually with a bookcase you've got all the stuff on there, but there's this big gap above it if it's a tall shelf. And so this way you can use that space, and I've got a few of those and I love them. So, and then just a couple more things. I got a Webster's Dictionary and Thesaurus. Books are all 79 cents, so this whole thing cost me 79 cents. I use it for weight, but I also love a thesaurus, and I'm just a dictionary fanatic, and I don't know why, but I do like the dictionaries. I always used to say to my mom, you'd ask how to spell something, she'd say, look it up in the dictionary. How can I look it up in the dictionary if I don't know how to spell it? But you can. And then I got this paper punch art set again. It was a book, so it was 79 cents. But it has the punches in it. It's got a heart and a circle and a star and a little squirrel. So I thought that was a great deal. Those little punches, all 4 of them for 79 cents. And the last thing that I got was this 2-hour country cross stitch. Now I don't do cross stitch or anything like that, but I thought that with graph paper, these would be some really cool layouts to do with. Use the graph paper and use these patterns to paint with. So I thought that would be fun. I thought that would be fun to play with. So that is what I got. Oh, and I also got, I spent $25, but $20 was, I bought my husband 3 tall chairs. They're like swivel chairs, bar chairs, and he wanted some to put out in his hunting shack, so that, you know, they would swivel and move and they would be a little bit taller. And so I found 3 of them for $20, so I picked that up for him. So all of the rest of this just cost me $5. So I thought that was a very good deal. And the last thing that I have is I have the Salvation Army and a church rummage sale that I stopped at on my way home. So I will be right back to show you both of those together. Okay, the first thing I have is the church rummage sale. It was the last place I stopped. I had $2 left. What I bought came to $1.50, so I gave them the $2. But I couldn't believe it was $1.50. They didn't have anything marked, but they sold me these 4 things for $1 a piece. These are just some little rings, like wedding decorations. I think you scatter them on the table, but I thought those would be cool. And then these are little ceramic hearts, and I thought those were pretty. And then I got 3 more, a little heart and a little clover and a little leaf stamps. And then I got this EK Success, and it was closed. I opened it up to show it to Papa, but it says happy birthday to you, make a wish, surprise, you're special for you on your birthday. So I thought that that was really cool, and you just turn it and it has a different sentiment that comes up on the bottom. And so I thought that was neat. So for $1 for each of those, so that was $1. And then I got this, and I've taken it apart. When I got it, it was 4 feet long. But this is a plastic. I'm going to show you just one. There's 5 of them. And they actually hook together just on the edges. You just take them and you just slide them together like this. And it has little things to put it on the wall, and it fits an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper with room to spare. So there's a little notebook, and so they all hook together. You can hang them on the wall, and then you have all these spots to put paper. So I thought that was really cool, and they charged me 50 cents for the whole thing. Like I said, it was all hooked together when I got it, and it needs to be washed, but I got that for 50 cents. And I paid $1 for all that, so I gave him $2 for that little bit. And then from the Salvation Army, I've been wanting a roll top desk, which I can't have because I don't have the room for it, but I got this. And it's not a bread box, it's actually a little roll top. Has a little space here to put things, probably just a couple inches. And then it has 4 places here to put paper, and I got that for $6. And then I got this photo paper, and it's semi-gloss photo paper, and I paid $1.99 for that, and it's 100 sheets of paper. So I don't really print photos, but you know, 100 sheets of paper is 100 sheets of paper. And the last thing that I got, this was on sale for half price because it had a white tag, so it was $7.99. I got it for $4, and this is a spice rack. It's missing 4 of the little jars, but I saw 2 of these at the Goodwill warehouse, but neither one of them had any jars in it. And is a lot of times too, when I see them at garage sales, it's just the base, it's no jars. And by the time, you know, I thought once about buying it, but it's like by the time that you buy these jars, even if you were to buy salt and pepper shakers like at the Dollar Tree for $1, you've got 5, 10, 15, there's 20 jars that fit into this rack. And that would cost you $10 for the jar. So, you know, then what you pay for the rack, not necessarily the best deal. But I love these to hold. I use them to hold like buttons and little plastic whatnots and that type of thing, because you can just see them. It spins. It's on a Lazy Susan. So I'm just going to take all this tape off and clean it up, and then I think I might spray paint it because it's got a little few rust spots on it. But I thought for $4, with having almost all of its jars, I thought that was a good deal. So that is what I got on my day out. I had a wonderful time. I got to see my sister on her lunch hour, so that was really nice. And Papa and my brother had a really wonderful time together, so that was great too. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed my haul. You won't see these very often, but thank you again for watching, and have an outstanding day. Bye-bye.